Hi, it's Jan Johnson, and we are on our final day of comparing ourselves to the geese. And I'm kind of loving this series again because every time I'm talking about it, I'm reminded of my dad and the funny little stories. Matter of fact, I've been talking to my sister this week about this very thing, and we've laughed a little bit about how he always had not only that with the geese, but some other stories as well that he always brought up on a continual basis, and we kind of rolled our eyes and laughed at them. And you have to go back to the beginning blog in this series to know what I'm talking about here. But the final thing I want to talk about is when you hear the honking of the geese. When you hear the flock going by and you see the V formation and you're looking out on a beautiful night and you hear that honking, it's really the geese encouraging and motivating the geese in the entire flock, the ones from behind. They're motivating each other. And I think of that in terms of us, and to make sure that our honking, quote unquote, honking to our team is always in a positive, encouraging way. One that gets people excited about what they're doing. I talked a couple weeks ago about my very first sponsor in network marketing, how she had no experience in it whatsoever, but she was the biggest encourager of me. She was constantly saying, "Oh, Jan, you're just awesome at this. Jan, this is perfect for you. Jan, you're going to be #1, etc." And she just would say that without giving me a lot of training, without giving me a lot of detail or insight, because she was new too. But that honking of hers was a very positive honking, and it worked for me. And so I've tried to learn from her and mimic that, and just constantly let people know on my team how awesome they are, how proud I am of them, and how much I think they can do if they put their mind to it. So that honking of the geese, as you hear it, let that be a reminder to you of you and your team, and to keep that honking going in a positive way to move the flock forward in the direction where they're going, that the leadership's taking them, to not fall out, to stay with it, to stick with it. Think of the miles that a flock of geese has to travel when they are migrating during the winter time, and how many miles further, 71% further they fly, forming in a V formation and sticking together and working with each other, encouraging each other, taking over for each other when someone needs it, than the birds that do not fly in formation. And so I'll leave you with that today. I hope you enjoyed this week's series on the formation of the geese and how we relate to them. And have an awesome rest of the week and weekend. And thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Jan Johnson. Thanks a lot.